Hello YouTube, it is Lucy here from the Square Enix Life is Strange channel, and today I'm joined by two very, very special guests. The lead writer on Life is Strange 2, Jean-Luc, and the co-creative director, Raoul Barbet. So we're currently at San Diego Comic-Con, which is huge, such a big deal. You guys have been around the show floor today, how have you found it?
Crowdy and busy, but no, it was really, really cool to see a lot of new announcements also, and of course a lot of cosplayers, crazy ones, so cool.
It's a great atmosphere, just everyone coming together to enjoy.
I really, really like this kind of atmosphere, this kind of mood. All the people are really nice to each other. It's wonderful.
We are doing a panel called Building a Believable World for Life is Strange 2. So for anyone watching who hasn't been able to attend, can you tell us a little bit more about your creative processes?
I think the process begins with Jean-Luc and Michel, who is not here today, the other creative director with me. We work all three together on the main story of the game. And after, it's a lot of work with all the team. It's like 60 people, I would say, in total for the team. So with a concept artist, for environment artist, character, light, etc. We work with them on each sequence, but I would say the main work with Jean-Luc is really about all the storyline, and after on each second the motion capture session, when we of course have all the animation with the actors, the work on the dialogue also a bit after, but the main story, and after some steps for each sequence to really have the final game.
Obviously, you guys have inspired a load of people through the Life is Strange games. What would you say to anybody who's really trying to get into the games industry? Do you have any advice for them who'd really love to do what you guys do?
Don't.
Inspirational. Thanks, Jean-Luc.
To be honest, if you want to work in video game industry, it's like every job. You have to be passionate and sure of your choices and what you want to do. And it's not like working in a dream or stuff like this. It needs work. It needs a lot of work and a lot of patience and commitments. So be prepared to work hard. But the result when you are releasing a game, it's one of the biggest achievements you can have. It's wonderful.
We are quite old now in the industry with Jean-Luc. So
No, you're not.
At this time, there wasn't so many schools. There is a lot now in France, for example, and in all other countries. But I'm an engineer, and Jean-Luc comes more from the cinema and cinematographic world. But I think if you're curious and if you try to do some stuff at home a lot and read a lot, see also play games, see movies, and you can find a lot of inspiration by doing that. This is how we learn. In fact, it's by seeing, reading, etc. Be curious about other arts. Also, it's not just video games, but
Definitely. A lot of inspiration from different places.
Exactly, and I think the most important is really to make. So to try to create, even if it's small stuff. For example, for Jean-Luc, is really to write. He's writing every day. So it's a lot of work, and even if you want to be a designer, for example, you can have an engine for free now. It's really easy to find some things on the internet, so it's really to go into the real stuff and the real work. It's how you learn, and it's how you can show some stuff, because if you just think about it, or not really, if you want to design, for example, not really go into the game and the making, I think it's really the best way to go really into the making and to work every day to try to do your own stuff, etc. Classic advice, but I think
But a good
solid advice. Jean-Luc, so you're the lead writer on the game, and we just mentioned you take a lot of inspiration from different things. What would you say one of your biggest inspirations in terms of writing is?
I'm a huge fan of Stephen King. I've read all these books, and it's definitely his work that gave me the envy, the will when I was a kid to write my own stories. I'm really a huge fan of Stephen King, and also Steven Spielberg is massive inspiration for me. So when you combine these two biggest artists for me, really my roots are here.
And Raoul, you are obviously a massive influence in terms of the musical selection, and music is such a massive part of the Life is Strange games. Personally, what kind of things do you like to listen to, and what inspires you to bring that over into Life is Strange?
I think it really depends on the moment, and even on a moment of your life or your mood. I would say the music that is in Life is Strange is more some music I was listening to like some years ago. No, I changed a bit, but some folk, like you have heard, of course, in Life is Strange, neo-folk song. I'm more from the rock scene, and also a lot of electronic music, like art techno. Art techno is kind of silly stuff, and I'm quite generalist, so I listen to a lot of different things. But yeah, I would say if I have to pick, it would be rock and folk, like you hear in Life is Strange.
Characters are obviously a huge part of the Life is Strange games. What is your process for developing and creating all these different personalities and characters?
On the beginning, we have the idea of the story with Michel and Raoul. Once we have the main plot of the game, we are going deeper and deeper into the characters. Mm-hmm. And for me, I think the most important thing when you create a character is to give him some flaws, some weakness.
Yeah.
Because when a character has a weakness, that's our weakness that make him human, and
you connect with them more,
yeah.
Because we're not perfect. So.
Exactly. When you are in college or high school, you always have the most popular kid
Mm-hmm.
in the high school, but there is one popular kid. There is a massive. All of them, all of the other kids aren't this cute guy. So I prefer writing about all the weakness of everyone than of the perfect kid. So yeah, I think the weakness make the best characters.
And speaking of characters, there's been, from the community, quite a lot of love for, say, Lila and, of course, Mushroom. Were you expecting that? And how are you reacting to that reaction?
I think you never know when you create a story or characters how public will respond to that. What is great about Layla is that it's very short moments. You spend very short moments with her, and I think for us it was a challenge because of the stories that we have to create to make the player feel understand very quickly the world around Sean and who is he, who is the avatar you're going to play, who is this guy, and Layla helps a lot on that, and I think this connection between Sean and Layla at the beginning of the game works very well, and the response from the player was incredible. I think because of that, also because it's what you are going to lose after in the story. This is like the perfect world of Sean at the beginning, and all this world is going to be destroyed, and Layla is part of this world. But yeah, we are really happy to see that all the player loves this character, even if it's very short. Like Jean-Luc was explaining, I think when you create a character, you try to write about his backstory, all this stuff, and when you see that the players are very curious to know more, it's always something unique.
When you are giving some rules to someone, as Sean, you have to break sometimes your own rules to put the player in front of this very difficult choice with Daniel in front of the mountain lion.
It's awful.
So mean.
I don't know if you have a dog, but we really, I think to have this moment between the two brothers and the dog was also creating a new family cocoon a bit, even if it will never replace what they have lost. But it was also this feeling of family when you are alone in this house in the snow, and I think Mushroom helps a lot in those moments. And yeah, I think he's very cute, and it was really great to create it. Okay, thank you, Jean-Luc. So you see that Jean-Luc is a cruel one.
Going back to Lila just for a brief second, can we confirm if we might be seeing her again in the future?
I know we can't talk about that. Sorry.
I'm sorry, guys. I tried. What has been each of your personal favorite moments from working on Life is Strange 2?
I'm really enjoying the development of the game. What we are going to do now, it's every day. It's a really nice time to work with the team. We have an amazing team in Dortmund, and every day is really, really cool to work with them. But for me, I think what the best moment was really the beginning, when we only have the first idea of, okay, we are going to tell a story about two brothers, and all the meeting we had with Michel and Raoul about writing some stuff on post-it, put it on the wall, and watch all the story moving up. Okay, let's create a new character, and all these phases of pure creation. You know, I really enjoyed this moment.
It's because it's before all the problems you have when you're creating the game. Yeah, of course, those moments are really, really cool to work on. So the moment when you see that Daniel works as a character, and you see that after players care for him and want to protect him, as it's only 3D characters created from nothing. So it's always great to see people caring for a character like this and wanted to protect him, because it was also the goal of the game. Really enjoy episode 3 for all the sequence with the music. I'm really happy with the music we've been able to have in episode 3, and the cinematographic artist Mathieu Baudelin and the team has made incredible work with the camera on episode 3, and it was really, really great to see all those things working together. And I think the feeling of the drifters camp, I think we create something cool with that.
So that was basically just a short snippet of what we're going to be talking about on our panel on Saturday. Thank you very much for joining me and chatting with me today.
Thank you.
And guys, episode 4 is coming on August the 22nd. It's right around the corner, so keep your eyes peeled for that. It will be good. Catch you guys in the next video.